Hey guys, you're watching Let's Talk About Prepping. I'm Tyler, your host, and in this video, I want to carry on our talk about knives. But first, I'd like to clarify something. In my recent video, I made it sound like I disdain folder blades, but that's not true. I was meaning to be inflammatory in that video, but thinking about it, I've realized that both a close friend and a family member have given me folding blades recently, and I probably offer defense. And to a certain extent, all of you viewers who use folding blades, who probably took it as a slight at you for using that as a knife of choice. Now, that part at least was intentional. I meant to be inflammatory, although I don't disdain anybody for using folding blades. In a recent video, I shared that my everyday carry is a razor blade knife that folds. I find it too handy to not use, just as many of you find your folding blades too handy to not use. And that is, in fact, as Liberty Garden pointed out, the basis of a prepper, to have the things that you need to face the challenges you'll face. And from that perspective, a folding blade takes care of most preppers' needs on a day-to-day basis. I myself don't currently carry a fixed blade every single day, despite the fact that I used to. Now, I communicated it poorly, mostly because I was being clickbaity, but I was mostly trying to relay my experience with fixed blades in situations like living off grid, trying to build a homestead off grid, and living and working in the woods on a day to day basis, where I found a fixed blade of sturdy construction to basically be a necessary tool. Now, I do find something like this to be very handy and to fulfill a lot of purposes, including some purposes that most people would use a hatchet for. Now, I don't agree with batoning with a knife by using a stone as a way to not need to carry a hatchet or an axe. Carry a hatchet or an axe. But if I'm going to build a fire and I'm going to split some kindling and this thing will take care of it and it is on my belt day and night, I'm going to use that thing. And I'm going to be very happy that my everyday carry is a knife that I can use to split some pretty good chunks of wood, knock limbs off of trees, and defend myself against most large mammals that I can have a hope about defending myself against. And it's all just right there in my pocket. Now, like I said, for a long time I haven't been carrying that thing, but I do make sure that it's very close. And mostly my point here is that no matter what you carry for everyday purposes, there are a lot of situations where you will find that this kind of tool is indispensable. And that's my bit of wisdom that I'd like to pass along, because as I've watched a lot of videos, not just your guys' 3 knife videos, but just a lot of preppers' videos, I've recognized that most preppers almost exclusively prefer folders because they're quick, handy, and easy. But I do worry that if they don't have something like this to back it up, 5 years into a situation where they're working in agriculture every single day, they may not have that folder. I would not expect to have a good folder after dropping it in the sand and continuing to use it and abusing it for even a year. But maybe I'm just not good with knives. Anyways, love to hear your thoughts. I really am not digging at anyone. In fact, most of your comments have given me a lot to think about. I've generally actually disdained multi-tools and Swiss Army knives, but I can see some of the uses for them. Although I do sort of stand by my general consensus of, if you need a tool, have a toolbox with the proper tool. I don't necessarily like the screwdrivers and scissors and can openers that come with Swiss Army knives, especially when I do have those things nearby at all times. But a lot of your thoughts have really gotten me thinking. Anyways, thanks for the conversation. Love to hear what you guys have to continue this conversation. Hope you're all doing well. Everybody, stay safe out there.